live the world trade, long live the king, yo. I'm from the end.
Please welcome on stage from Hastings, England. He is the reigning European and World Match Play Champion and the former champion of the world voltage, Rob Cross. His opponent from Warsaw, Poland, with numerous Players' Championship titles to his name, a former World Masters champion and the reigning Gibraltar Darts Trophy champion, the Polish Eagle, Krzysztof Ratajski.
To jest ta chwila, głęboki wdech, tych niepowodzenie już przemija. Odparty lęk, przecież potrafisz wygrywać. Dawaj do przodu, wyciągnij dłonie i to zdobywaj. Nieprawdą jest to, że mówili nie dasz rady. Nieprawdą jest to, że nie możesz zostać wygranym, ta. Nieprawdą jest mówienie marzeń, nie osiągniemy, bo to jest w twojej głowie, to od ciebie zależy. Potrafisz wierzyć? Potrafię, więc dalej walczę. A założenie, że każdy powinien mieć szansę. A kiedy upadniesz, pamiętaj, razem wstajemy. Jeśli nie tym razem, to popatrz się następnym. Nie pierwszy raz.
The Polish #1 and the English #1 resume hostilities this afternoon here in Belgium on the European Tour. The Belgian Darts Championship has already seen victories for Michael Smith, Mervyn King and Peter Wright, all three of them Euro Tour winners. Krzysztof Ratajski has won a Euro Tour as well, but he hasn't, and he hasn't, and that man, come on director, him, hasn't either. Rob Cross, the European champion, still not won on the European Tour. Well, if he's got to put that right this weekend, he's going to have to beat a succession of Euro Tour champions of their past and pick up the inaugural Euro Tour title in Belgium. But is he playing as well as he has done for the last couple of years? I would argue, yes, but only every other game. Because when he's not playing well, he's getting it very, very wrong. And we've seen it in the Premier League a couple of times already this year. We've seen it a couple of times on the Pro Tour. He's been whitewashed by the Czech #1, Karel Sedláček, on the Pro Tour. And Krzysztof Ratajski looks, after a 2-week hiatus getting used to new darts, back to the Ratajski that we've seen for the last 2 years. Winning titles, living at about 97, 98 average, and occasionally going way, way over that. It's an intriguing clash to wrap up the action in this top half of the draw.
First leg, it's Krzysztof to throw first. Game on.
Ratajski has the throw. It is the Polish Eagle and voltage for a spot in the quarterfinals to face the world champion Peter Wright.
Yeah, and it's the man who won the last European Tour event of 2019 against the man who won the European Championship just a month or so later. Number 5 seed against the number 12 seed. The slight concern for Ratajski is that these two have met 8 times before. They've met twice on a stage, once in the World Match Play, once at the UK Open, and Rob Cross has won them both, and he's won them fairly handsomely as well. Although I don't think you can read too much into that, because Ratajski is a very different beast. He's a very different eagle right now. Of course, he's had a terrific start to 2020, that title, and a semi-final on the Players' Championship circuit so far this year, claiming his 7th PDC title at Players' Championship 4 in Wigan just a couple of weeks ago, beating Ian White 8-7 in a brilliant final, in which Ian White fired in that match-saving 155 checkout. Do you dish out iron rings on the Pro Tour?
Yeah, I mean, it's a up for grabs in any given tournament.
Well, that would have been a candidate anyway, but it was all in vain because Ratajski won that last leg shootout to finish things off.
I'm not sure anything's going to beat Jamie Hughes' 32 checkout the other night, to be honest, for this weekend. One of the greatest darts I've ever seen. Oh.
46.
Scruffy. But Cross not even halfway down from 501. Now, these two have a habit of bringing out the best in each other. It's only really one of their previous 8 meetings that hasn't been really, really impressive from one or both of them in terms of the standard of display. And that was perhaps the biggest one at the World Match Play. Tops.
34.
Well, you can afford to miss these.
Yeah, Rob Cross is still some way adrift. He can get down to a finish with this visit. He did demonstrate the full value yesterday of keeping going, if you like, in his second round win against Damon Heta. He had a 26-dart break of throw in the second leg. He was miles behind. Heta messed around on doubles for an eternity. Cross steps in, but he won't be stepping in this time around. Ratajski gets the job done.
Second leg is Rob to throw first. Game on.
And that's match with Damon Heta yesterday, also producing another brilliant checkout from the Australian, a 1-3-4 checkout using 2 treble 17s for
74.
A 5-1 deficit. He was on course for a bageling, was Damon Heta, but it was Rob Cross who came through to exact revenge for his defeat in that final of the Brisbane Masters. Good finishing yesterday from Rob Cross as well, 6 from 11 attempts. There was a 1-2-7 checkout for Rob Cross in the midst of all that as well. It was a good, strong start by the former world champ.
Low, low, low. Dragging those darts low. We've seen him doing this, Rob Cross. He's just not getting things quite right. He's lost a load of weight, feels fantastic for it. And he's still, I mean, he lost the vast majority of this weight while he was away after the World Championship before the tour started up. He's still losing about a pound a week, he says, despite the darts having started up and all the travelling, and obviously that messes up your routines and everything. But he doesn't want to lose like loads more. He doesn't want to shift another stone. He just wants to carry on improving how he feels, having energy. You know, it's going to...
I think he was aiming just... I mean, I can't prove that, obviously, but he hit a single 4 in the end anyway, and then Heta did sort of wobble a little bit in the next visit as if to say, what's going on here?
It is a feature of his play, Rob Cross, that he does
123
quite consistently lately, dragging his darts low. But at that 18 segment, it can take him 2 or 3 legs to find out where it is. Once he's there, he is absolutely unreal. And that 4 does take a pepper in sometimes.
136.
60 points behind. Rob Cross, this is a chance. That's perfect. Surely from there.
140.
Well, it might be the difference, you know. Another treble there leaves him on a 2-dart checkout. If Ratajski sets this up, it could be 4-1. Because 138 is a very, very difficult checkout.
140.
Yeah, and
138
is very manageable indeed for Christoph Ratajski. He's got it. Double 15.
Curious route. I said once he starts hitting that 18 segment, he's mustard on it.
108. Christoph Uruguay, 78.
Triple 18. 4 double 12. 20 for tops. Great marker.
38. Robbie require 30.
Now, does he go straight at it or does he split? He goes at it. So we'll go through the Rob Cross routine. Wipe of the hand and the step back. Turn the oki. 1 dart has to go.
26. Christoph Uruguay, 40.
So will that missed dart at double 4 prove costly? This is for a hold of throw and a 4-1 lead for Chris Ratajski. Anxious times for Poland's number 1.
Yeah,
but he finds double 10. Look at the celebration. That clearly means a lot. He knows that's a big dart, and it's a big moment in this match. 2 away from a Euro Tour quarter-final once again.
180.
That bloke nearly spilled those beers. That would have been comical timing had we picked that. Can we keep an eye on that guy? I know we've got the business end of this one to see to, but
60.
just for some light relief amidst the tension on stage.
$96.
The bottom half of the draw, that action starts at the conclusion of this game. Two Dutchmen, Van Duijvenbode and De Zwaan, go head-to-head. James Wade and Nathan Aspinall. And in all English match, Gerwin Price, perhaps the favourite to come through that half of the draw against Joza, winner in the Czech Republic last year, and Mensur Suljevic, Austria's #1, against the unseeded Steve West.
137.
How much longer have we got in this game? Because Rob Cross has found something. It has taken him a while, but he's found something.
Yeah, I'm not ruling him out here. I think there's
60.
every prospect of Rob Cross just
Robbie require
flowing his way
88.
back into this. It's a very different encounter for Cross. He was a pillar-to-post winner yesterday.
Double 10.
78.
Well, this could get a bit messy. At the moment, the Polish Eagle is way back. He needs to fill this up to get to a finish. Only a max will do.
And he's got it.
108.
He's clearly listening. And he's clearly focused.
Robbie require 10.
Well, 1 out of 5 so far on the doubles for Rob Cross. That's 1 out of 6.
Now, was this wise? Because if you miss outside here, Rob. He's
No
missed
score.
inside, so he goes back to
Chris
10.
require
I'm not
142.
convinced.
I think if he does get another opportunity, he'll split that maybe. And he will be back.
$86.
I think he'll go
Robbie
2
require
before
10.
here. Safety first for Rob Cross. Playing his percentages. Oh, he's looking at the top corner again, though. No.
Same route. Same outcome. Was this different?
Yeah, it's on the stick leg.
Bold move. It paid dividends.
Some leg is Christoph
It was
to
a
throw
massive
first.
gamble.
Game on.
But he has got another leg on the board. And it is 4-2.
135.
Rob Cross,
140.
3 misses in that 5th leg have really put him in a lot of problems. But it's not as if Christoph didn't have darts prior to those.
Oh, he's
140.
failed to use those first 2 darts. I thought it was begging just to be slid in along the top of those first 2.
Not a great deal between them.
100.
Christoph has been a little bit sharper on the doubles, and that contributes to his overall average, which I still think by the end of this game will climb by a couple of points.
59.
You only have to look at his performances on the tour this year, where he is up there with the best performers.
Yeah, just outside the top 10 on the overall averages on the Pro Tour this year. He's had some big ones though, hasn't he? In that run to the
54.
in that run to the
Christoph
final against
Uruguay,
Ian White.
167.
106 in one match. 167 here for Ratajski.
$57.
I think he had 3 successive ton plus averages in that run to the final. Big scoring from Christoph.
134. Christoph Uruguay, 110.
Single 20 leaves 90. Fails to find the treble 18 that would have left the double.
74. Uruguay,
Very nicely indeed. He's
73.
back on double 18 again, and Rob Cross, you feel this has to go, because with 3 darts in hand at double 18 for Ratajski, that would suggest he'll get the job done. Double 18 once again for Rob Cross.
At the peak of his powers, there aren't many better players you could ask to be looking at double 18 for you.
37. Christoph Uruguay,
He is
36.
not at the peak of his powers at the minute, Rob Cross.
Certainly not on his finishing. And
Yes, on the
Ratajski
7th leg,
doing
Christoph Ratajski.
enough here
Third leg is
when
Rob
he's
to
getting
throw
the
first.
opportunities.
Game on.
It was was presented to him there with Rob Cross missing that double 18. 2 from 10 from his finishes today. Rob Cross on his doubles. Ratajski steps in and Ratajski 1 away.
$96. $57. $60.
Well, the last 2 legs he's won, he's done it in 35 darts. He started to just labour a little bit, but the fact that Rob Cross has given him the chance to do so is a concern for the former world champ. And once again, the scoring is okay from Christoph.
57.
Spectacular in this leg, on the cross throw, admittedly. But a big visit here might just leave him in the ascendancy.
97.
Well, Rob Cross at the minute just doesn't look like he's got enough to turn this around. Not to win 4 legs against Christoph Ratajski. Ratajski is by no means playing his best. He's not even playing his normal level, and yet it's enough at the moment, and that's disappointing, really.
Yeah, it's not quite been the match that we anticipated, has it? It's been a little bit pedestrian at times, and you can just sense by the atmosphere it's a little bit flat out there. These two haven't really delivered their A-game by any stretch of the imagination.
I think the stream's gone down anyway, so nobody can actually see this, which is an opportune time for it to disappear. So, it's going to be a shame, but Rob Malarkey is going to sing us out for this one. Ladies and gentlemen.
Singing my way.
Yeah.
131.
For the first time in his career on the big stage.
94.
As Rob Cross looks to keep his European Tour campaign going here in Belgium with a 94. Tops he wants, finds treble 18, no problem there. 2 from 11.
Yeah,
3 from 12 for Rob Cross.
Night leg is Christoph to throw first.
The Polish Eagle left marooned on double 12 for the match, but he has a chance to close it out in this leg with the throw, and indeed the final leg if we are taking the distance. But I'm not sure we're going to be, are we? Are we, Christoph? I tell you what, he's changing these new darts, which are, he says, a couple of grams heavier, and so you would think they'll be a little bit thicker. They do look maybe a bit thicker than his previous ones, not massively. But he was a guy who last year, well, the last few years, all the time I've been watching him, he's been so keen to switch down the board to the 19s and hit 177s and 137s.
58.
He's hitting more 180s with these darts, you know. Even if they are slightly heavier or slightly bigger, he is willing and finding ways to cram them all in that treble 20. Now, it makes no odds whether it's a 177 or a 180, really. They're as good as each other, but...
But if you're confident to take on both and you have the versatility, then obviously that can only be a good thing.
Well, and certainly, I think what it does show, if he's
31.
confident that he can fit 3 of those darts in the same bed when previously with the other darts he wasn't, then that does help when it comes to hitting doubles. If you've got markers or whatever which are very, very close, he can navigate his way around those darts perhaps a little bit more successfully than he was doing previously. Still in charge of this leg. Very much so. 52 left.
180.
Yeah, just finding an extra gear in the closing stages. Christoph Ratajski marching towards the finish line.
140.
Rob Cross has got down to a finish himself.
52.
It's a 2-dart combination once again. But Ratajski looking at double 16 now for a passage into the quarter-finals here in Belgium. 1 dart remaining at double 16.
Game shot.
And he finds it. And for the first time in his career, Christoph Ratajski beats Rob Cross on a stage. Rob Cross winning the previous 2 fairly handsomely as well, you have to say, but Rob Cross will be disappointed with his performance, and I think it's fair to say neither player really got going in that one, but Christoph Ratajski it is who advances with an average of around about 94 or so, nowhere near the heights that he's hit so far on the Pro Tour this year, but that will do very nicely indeed. And the Polish Eagle, the Polish #1, faces Peter Wright later tonight.
I mean, Rob didn't play what he can play normally, but a win against a former world champion must feel great anyway.
Yes, win is win. We both play not our best games, but I was a little better in this not good game.
Next round it's going to be Peter Wright. You played each other 8 times so far. He's won 7, you won 1. But the last one you played, you won that. Can you do it again?
I will try. Last time when we played, I played really good. I played with very good average, over 100, 102 if I could remember. It was really good match. I will try and repeat it.
Ladies and gentlemen, give it up for Krzysztof Ratajski.